Welcome back to District Dish. It's been a busy season for the big screen with the Oscars, Black Panther, and other movie hits over the last few months. We're joined in studio with reporter Courtney Lee, who is here to give us a 411 on one of the recent Office box hits, and she'll talk to a moviegoer about the record-breaking Black Panther. Courtney.
Thank you so much for having me today. I'm here to give you a breakdown of a film that left audience speechless. A Quiet Place is a movie about a family trying to survive in the post-apocalyptic world where if they make any type of sound, it could lead to their demise. The earth became inhabited by these creatures that use sound to hunt. The movie had me on the edge of my seat the entire time, and what really made this movie was the sound, or lack thereof. Most of the film was silent. You could only hear the sounds of nature. I suggest that you don't eat loud snacks while watching the film because it will definitely desensitize you from watching the movie. The actor John Krasinski and Emily Blunt were stunning. This film required the cast to use more than words to convey the terror and emotion in the film. They had to rely on their body and facial movements to tell the story, which they definitely did. One thing that irks me about horror movies is when they don't show the creature enough in the film. But this film had the right amount of jump scares and showed the creature just enough and a few seconds longer to give the viewer exactly what they need and make the movie enjoyable. My main critique of the film was that I wish there was a little bit more background on how the creatures came to Earth. I thought it was kind of weird how they just came and didn't really explain it. Overall, I would give this film 4 popcorns out of 5. If you're looking for a similar film but don't have time to go to the movies, I would suggest watching the 90s classic Tremors. The movie is more lighthearted, and it takes place kind of like the following movie, A Quiet Place, where the town, you have to stay quiet or else the monsters will come and get you. So next up, we're going to be talking about the record-breaking Black Panther. We have Delfina Barriado, who is a self-proclaimed film lover and a Black Panther fanatic. Come on over. Thank you so much for being here. But instead of talking about Black Panther first, let's talk a little bit about A Quiet Place. You saw the movie. Tell me your opinions on it.
I really love the movie. For me, it's 5 popcorns out of 5. I really enjoyed it. I think it was one of the most well-directed horror films I have saw. And it's actually less horror film and more about family, which is a theme that you don't really see in this genre, so I really loved it.
How'd you feel about the acting?
I thought the acting was wonderful, especially from the kids. You often don't see close-ups of kids in movies because they're not that great of actors, but in this movie, they completely relied on the kids to tell the story, and I thought that was really unique.
One thing I also found interesting was that they didn't say the names of any of the characters in the film. So they had to act through without really having an identity, or we didn't know their identity, so I thought that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Yet you still felt for them and rooted for them completely without even knowing their names.
Okay, thank you so much. So let's jump right into Black Panther. So you told me you liked Black Panther. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, I loved Black Panther. I thought the movie was especially important. It's coming at a really great time. It definitely celebrated Black culture and African culture, and it's something that you don't really see in mainstream films. And it's directed by Ryan Coogler, who's a really great director, and I thought he did a really good job. So I really enjoyed the movie. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it too. I love the Wakanda forever,
yeah,
you know?
Wakanda forever.
So right now we're going to analyze 3 clips and just talk a little more about the movie. So here's the first clip.
This is a casino.
On our screen.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the casino scene.
Oh yeah, so the casino scene, I think Ryan Coogler actually broke this scene down for Variety Fair, and I thought that was really cool. It's a lot based on action and camera movements. I really like it when the beat drops in the song at a certain moment. When you see Diana Kruger, who plays Okoye in the film, she uses a spear. I really do like the action because it gives you details about Wakanda without telling you, like the fact that they use spears, the fact that they like to go barefoot. I thought that was really awesome. So.
Great.
Yeah,
I love that scene
great
too. I love
movie.
when she snatched off her wig and
Yeah.
started fighting.
And
Okay, we're gonna go
Frozen.
see the next clip now, and this
Yeah.
was the Hyperbole.
Shirley! Turn on the train on the bottom track.
So one thing I felt about this scene, I felt like it went on a little too long, the fight scene. I don't know if it was just me. What is your opinions on it?
I definitely thought that this scene lagged a little bit. I remember kind of a little bit dozing off for a bit. I didn't think there was enough to keep me going, but I do think that this is a perfect example because they mentioned like the metro system in the beginning of the movie, and yet they bring it back at the end. So it's a classic technique used in movies, and especially in plot lines. So I thought that was an interesting thing.
I liked it. Okay, let's
Yeah.
jump right on to our last clip, and this is when T'Challa put on his suit for the first time. Woo! Let's go!
Hey, look at your suit. You've been taking bullets, charging it up with kinetic energy.
Almost out of time, so can you give me a quick comment about this scene that you like so much, very quickly?
Oh, I just love the technology in this scene. I never even thought of a technology that can do that. That can co-opt the car and from like 1,000 miles away. That was so cool, and it tells us a lot about Wakanda too.
Awesome. Well, the movie comes out on DVD May 15th. Are you planning on buying it?
Probably, yeah.
Probably,
I really enjoy it.
I
yeah.
am too. Probably a couple coffees. Well, thank you so much, Delphina,
Yeah.
for being here. That was the end of my movie breakdown. Back to you, Ashley.
Coming up after the break, we are showing you 3 products in demand that you can make right at home. This is District Dish.